the birth of our channel. Here's our ingredients here and our packaged stuff for batter.
Yeah.
Because we're not that good at bakers, but with this, we're great chefs.
Yes, beautiful.
So,
So we're gonna make a vanilla cake. So what you we'll need is 1 cup of water,
3 eggs,
1/2 cup of vegetable oil.
and then we also have this spray to spray the pan so it doesn't stick to the pans. You know the drill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get started. Woo!
And read the instructions.
Of course, read the instructions. That's number 1. If you don't read this instruction, most likely your cake will
It will not turn out very well. I promise you.
But we are also, the cake mix we're using is Betty Crocker, the super moist
vanilla cake.
Yeah, and we use this all the time. We are not sponsored because we're new.
Obviously, it's our second video. We're not sponsored, but yeah,
But
I think it's the best.
I use this all the time. I bake a lot. This is number 1 on the list. Never tried any other cake mix except for this one. So heat the oven to 350
See, this is why we have directions.
for shiny metal. So if you have a shiny metal, 350. If you have a dark metal, it's really dark, then it will be 325. Because heat. Yes.
So preheating the oven.
Always preheat your oven before you start, because that's number 1, my mistake, because I always preheat after I mix everything together. And then it takes longer because then you have to wait 10 minutes just to put your cake in the oven.
Yeah, that way as soon as you make the batter, then you just put it in.
Pop it in. Okay, so what we'll do is we have a mixer. You could use a hand mixer or you can mix it yourself with a whisk.
But this is just easier.
Just easier.
Yeah.
Just way easier. So we're just gonna cut this bad boy open because we and
Because we
and we need help. Empty it into your bowl.
Nice.
Put the trash to the side.
Yes.
Water, 1 cup.
Vegetable oil.
1/2 cup. And if you're new to baking, crack into the bowl so if any shells go in, you could always just pick it out easily.
Because you don't want any shells in your cake.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
See? Okay, as an example, there is a little eggshell. So we're
Take
just
that one
gonna
out of there.
we're gonna say goodbye to that beautiful because we don't want to eat it. And then what I usually do, I shimmy it just to make sure. If any, move it around. Nothing. So just empty it right into the bowl and
That's all the ingredients and just mix it on up.
yes, mix it on up. Here's a really good tip. Do not start it at 8. Always go from the smallest number up because it's just going to explode.
Yeah, go very, very slow at first. If you want to go faster, just start very slow to make sure nothing sprays out.
So I always like to start very low and then move it up every 5 seconds. Okay, sorry, our card got full, so we're just gonna recap what we did and what you guys missed. We stopped the mix the sides and the bottom just to get
All the excess.
all the excess gone. And then we moved it back up and we turned it back on to get the rest out, the rest of it mixed in. Do not mix it a lot, because if you do, then they'll be overmixed, and you don't want that because then the cake doesn't turn out that good. And then if you undermix it, then you'll have chunks of batter left over. And then we also spray with a Bake Easy non-stick spray with flour in it.
So make sure you spray the bottom all around and the sides.
So it's easy and it could just plop out when the cake is done. Okay? And then we have these things that you can put around your cake. So what you do, this cloth, you wet it and then you twist it so you can get excess water out so it's just damp.
What this does is it prevents the cake from rising like in a round, I guess you could say like sphere kind of look, but not really a sphere, like a hemisphere, half sphere, whatever it's called. So it's less you have to cut off when it's done baking. So this just keeps it a little more flat. So yeah, I think it's a really good tool.
Okay, so now because the oven is already preheated, and then after we take this out of the mixer and we pour it into the cake pans halfway, because if you fill it all the way, it will overflow. And
it'll be a huge mess in your oven. You do not want that. Move this back. Move this back.
the excess.
Can you use a spatula?
And what I like to do is someone hold the bowl and then someone scoops it out. If you have two people, one person's.
If not, you can totally do it by yourself, but it's just easier.
And then scoop the side so no drippage. You want to kind of do it as even as possible. I like going back and forth so it could be as even as possible. And this time we're trying our hardest to squeeze everything in. Just really trying.
Yes, I am. There's definitely still lots in it.
So you're having trouble like she is trying to do it. Just get down the counter, scoop the sides.
Definitely a better angle to do that, so.
Way better. See, just easy as a one-person job, but because there's two of us, we like to share.
Yes. Sharing is caring.
Oh God. You just tap. Tapping it on the counter raises all the bubbles so you don't have bubbles in your cake, which could end up really bad if you have bubbles in your cake. This is also a good way to get your anger out.
But don't slam it too hard. Like,
Don't.
Ready to put it in the oven now.
So, and it's totally fine if you don't have these sides.
It still works. You just have to cut off the top part if you want to stack them. But yeah. So let's put them
in the oven.
We're back, and we took out the cakes from the oven and we put them on this little tray thing.
For them to cool down.
Yeah, so they can cool down.
So now we are frosting, which will need butter, Crisco, and
Powdered sugar.
powdered sugar. Thank you. We don't have the exact measurements, so I advise you to go find someone else for the the recipe.
Or you can just buy some frosting, but I think homemade's a little bit better.
Also,
You also need vanilla.
vanilla. So we are gonna we're gonna take the Crisco and open it up because it's a new one. Ooh, look at that.
Ooh. I'll throw that away.
Honestly, do not taste it. Like just straight up Crisco. It's gross. So we're gonna take almost like the same amount of butter and Crisco. Estimate it.
So make sure the Crisco to butter ratio is the same.
Is about the same. Okay. So we're gonna take the butter, unwrap it. Unwrap it, hold up. And you want this like room temperature and kind of soft.
Yeah. Okay.
So after putting the butter in, we're gonna take some vanilla, about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. So after putting a teaspoon of pure vanilla, we're just gonna mix the butter and Crisco together.
Remember to go slow. Get her, she's smelling like vanilla. Hey, somebody come get her, she's smelling like a vanilla. She's smelling like vanilla. Hey, somebody come get her, she's smelling like vanilla.
You really want to get to a good consistency with your Crisco, vanilla, and butter before you put some powdered sugar. So now you're gonna just try to pour in some powdered sugar. That just went all in my mouth. You're gonna pour some powdered sugar.
Oh, I got some of mine. Ooh, tasty.
And you just kind of want to just pour a little bit at a time.
And you mix it to get a good consistency.
And you start little and keep working your way up. Start small.
And again, do not go too fast because powdered sugar will be everywhere and will like so.
And you're going to keep adding. That's just
Try to be more careful, but can't promise you make a mess as well because, I mean, it's powdered sugar.
Nobody can just bake without making a mess.
That's true. That's the fun. And don't do that. More sugar. Powdered sugar, not regular sugar.
From my experiences, it's usually when your icing turns like pure white, kind of. But it could be different. You never know. So after making your frosting, we are gonna just flop this over because it cooled down a bit. Flip it over. Look at how smooth it is. Oh, look at that. It's bouncy.
It's squishy.
Okay. So now I'm going to separate our icing into 3 so we can have the 3 colors in our banner. Pink, purple, and blue. So we're going to split into three. We're going to split into three. And blue, pink, and I guess we're making purple. Split it up into even. So is we're going to just take some white, tap it on the middle of our board just to stabilize our cake, which then we're going to put onto here so we can spin it.
Flipping it back over or putting it like this?
Putting it like that.
Okay.
Evenly spread the frosting onto the cake. I think we have a high peak. Are you serious?
Did I just pop? Oh, I'm sorry.
You're telling me that was not on purpose.
Okay, so we can
Put that piece on.
and we're gonna put it like this, so it's just easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Perfect.
Okay. Put that off to the side for now. Then we're going to put the colors in our frosting, which is, we're going to make blue, pink, and purple.
If you want to go lighter than this, I'm pretty sure you should have just done one.
Yeah, 1 or 2 drops. Probably just 1, honestly. I'd say do 1 until, like, keep going at ones. You know, put 1 drop in until you get the right color you want. We are slightly too dark to be pastel. It's more of like a neon, especially for the pink. But
It's more
totally
like the
fine.
lettering on our board.
Yeah, that's the color it is. But that's okay.
So I'm playing it safe here. And we're not going to do a base layer because, yeah. Put a little bit more pink in there. As you can see, we both still have white, but like we just gave up.
And even as you're putting it on the cake, you can mix it more to get that white out. See, this is definitely more of like a pastel purple. This is what we wanted to go for. For all the colors. But obviously that did not happen. But we're cool. We're cool. It'll look fine.
So what we're gonna do, what we want is,
Here, let's put this in.
yeah, we kind of want a watercolory. I don't know if it's gonna turn out watercolory, but you're just gonna put frosting anywhere.
Look at that technique, my dude.
It's called the Sammy technique. It's not a real technique. Okay, we're gonna be ready to finish smoothing out the cake. So we're done smoothing out the cake, and now it's ready to eat.
Let's get a slice and let's try it.
That was so
That was
smooth.
a perfect cut.
That was so smooth.
Ooh. Ooh, look at that cake. Looks really good with the little watercolor kind of frosting. All right, let's take a bite. Take a bite.
Mmm.
Really good. And I think that's it.